Blast is the #1 hero of the Hero Association. He is calm, confident, and unlike the other S-class heroes, he is focused on a greater mission that goes beyond just the safety of Earth. For the past 20 years, he has been searching for mysterious cubes tied to an entity known as God, with his extraterrestrial friends. He is also by far the strongest hero after Saitama himself. He is faster than Flashy Flash, and Fubuki once stated that monsters like Blast and King defy common understanding. This was in chapter 45. He has abilities like opening dimensional portals, manipulating gravity, projecting energy itself, and telepathy. His fighting style is also ridiculously overpowered because he combines his extraordinary physical strength with the ability to manipulate energy and create dimensional portals. Of course, he is rarely on Earth, but he does have a son named Blue, who is currently the top hero and the leader of a rival hero organization called Neo Heroes. Tatsumaki, also known as the Tornado of Terror, is the #2 S-class hero. She is arrogant and acts like a spoiled child despite being 28 years old, but this could be because she is usually the highest ranked hero available, which means there's nobody around who can put her in her place. She respects Blast because he is her savior, and while she has a habit of looking down on others, she does respect competent people like Bang and King. She loves her sister, but doesn't know how to express it, which makes her come across as harsh and controlling. Now, if we're talking about her abilities and strength, Tatsumaki is the most powerful psychic to ever be introduced in the story. Seriously, her psychokinesis was able to defeat the Psychus Orochi fusion. By the way, Blast is the only one whose opinion Tatsumaki has ever cared about. But after her fight with Saitama, she listened to his advice about not trying to not destroy other people's stuff whenever she goes on a rampage. And well, let's just say that she has been less arrogant and more open since then. Bang, also known as Silver Fang, was the S-class rank 3 before he decided to retire. He is a legendary martial artist and the creator of the Water Stream Rock Smashing Fist. He used to be a wild playboy in his youth, but I guess wisdom does sometimes come with age. If we're speaking strictly in terms of martial arts prowess, then the only one comparable to him is his older brother Bomb. He is currently rehabilitating Garu and continuing as a martial arts teacher. He feels responsible for Garu's actions and now seeks to make Garu the hero who takes his place in the Hero Association. In terms of feats, the best one is how he was able to fight toe-to-toe with evolved Garu. In fact, he made it clear that he was still superior to Garu. Kamikaze, also known as Atomic Samurai, is the current S-class rank 3 of the Hero Association. He is the strongest swordsman in the world, and it is said that he can cut down 100 enemies with a single strike. He is proud and confident, but also kind of an elitist because he wouldn't even shake hands with those he considers weak. However, he still has a strong sense of loyalty to his disciples. He trains them and he trains them hard. If we're talking about his own strength, then he was able to slice up Homeless Emperor's largest enemy sphere into pieces as naturally as he breathed, and he was able to cut off Golden Sperm's arm. Now, Atomic Samurai is the current wielder of the Sunblade. The Sunblade is a legendary ancient sword, and it is said that whoever wields both the Sun and Moon blades will gain unparalleled power and become the Swordmaster. Right now, we don't know the Moonblade's location, but he now plans on finding it to complete the pair and become the Swordmaster. Isamu, also known as Child Emperor, was the S-class rank 5 until he left and joined the Neo Heroes. At just 10 years old, he is the youngest hero, but his genius-level intellect made him valuable enough for the Hero Association to rank him among the top 5 S-class heroes. Now, after the battle against the Monster Association, and especially because of the clarity he experienced after the fight against Phoenix Man, he loses faith in the Hero Association and joins Neo Heroes as one of its leaders. He now goes by the alias Wild Emperor. He is not physically strong and he doesn't have any supernatural powers. His abilities are more centered around technology and intellect. He wears a mech suit and uses extraordinary weapon technology to fight, which makes sense because he used to work as Dr. Bafoy's assistant before becoming a hero himself. Dr. Bafoy, also known as Metal Knight, is the current S-class rank 4 of the Hero Association. He is by far the most sus guy in the S-class. He operates operates exclusively through his remote-controlled robots, and also plays a critical role in rebuilding cities destroyed by monster attacks. And of course, the Hero Association's most advanced weaponry, not to mention the headquarters itself, they were all designed by him. So yes, while he definitely sees the Hero Association as a tool to get funding and to further his agenda, he is too useful to the association for them to just let him go. He has a reputation among monsters, considering how Gyoro mentioned him among the 4 heroes who can actually defeat Elder Centipede. These 4 heroes include Tatsumaki, King, Blast, and Metal Knight. This means that his remote-controlled robots are considered to be on the same level as heroes like Blast and Tatsumaki. This is further backed by how Child Emperor stated that Bufoy's weapons are superior to any individual hero. He is also fully aware of Saitama's strength and even considers him a potential threat. King is currently S rank 5. He is both admired and feared as the strongest man on Earth. However, the story has tried to explain that King's reputation is entirely built on misunderstanding and coincidence, and that, in actuality, King is a coward, a physically weak man with no combat abilities whatsoever. Basically, King would somehow end up wherever Saitama defeated a monster, and after this happened again and again many times over, it gave the Hero Association the false impression that he is the one who has been defeating all those dangerous monsters. This is how he ended up in the S class as the strongest man on Earth. There's actually a hero rating that the association gives to their heroes. It's based on 8 factors, and the highest score per factor is 10. This means that each hero can get a rating out of 80 points. Tatsumaki's points are 65, while Bang's points used to be 66. So what about King? Well, let me tell you that he is given a perfect score of 10 on each factor, and this makes his hero rating a perfect score of 80 out of 80. Just goes to show you how well regarded he is by both the association and the general public. By the way, Saitama's hero rating is 36, so what do you think? Is King a fraud or the strongest man on Earth? I'd say his feats say otherwise. I mean, there is no other character whose aura alone was enough to force multiple dragon level threats like Golden Sperm, Homeless Emperor, and Evil Natural Water into backing off. Zombie Man is S-Class rank 6 and he's basically immortal. He was created by Dr. Genos of the House of Evolution as part of the Immortal series, in which he was the only success. He escaped 10 years ago, but when they met again, the doctor told him about the man who removed his limiter. He later learned that the doctor was talking about Cape Baldy Saitama. That's right, Zombie Man doesn't just know about Saitama's strength, he also knows that it's actually limitless. He is calm and composed, but also incredibly zealous in the sense that once a fight starts, he never gives up. Even if he is reduced to a mere head, he'll still keep fighting. After all, he is the man who even death cannot take. It is said that he once fought against a monster for 140 hours, and we know that he defeated a monster within 30 minutes despite getting almost 200 lethal wounds. The thing is that his physical strength is not that impressive. It's his resilience and the ability to bear any kind of pain for any amount of time that makes him so impressive. Drive Knight is the S-Class rank 7 of the Hero Association. He is a mysterious and calculating cyborg whose true motives are still unclear. He also collects samples from powerful monsters and uses them for research purposes. He does appear to be loyal to the Hero Association, but he operates independently of the Hero Association's orders, and it is said that his confidence in working alone stems from his record of never losing a battle. He defeated Neon, a dragon-level threat and one of the executives of the Monster Association, and he then also helped Genos against the fusion of Psychos and Orochi. If we're talking about his fighting style, then he can transform into various forms depending on his opponent. Basically, he has multiple mods, and each of them is equipped with different weapons and tools. This allows him to easily adapt to any opponent or situation. Pig God is the S-Class rank 8 of the Hero Association. The crazy thing about him is that he can swallow and digest just about anything, including monsters. He can literally eat monsters alive. He can also choose what he digests and what he doesn't. This is why he was able to store Atomic Samurai's disciples and a private squad within his belly without hurting them. Seriously, this guy is like gluttony from the 7 deadly sins. But that doesn't mean eating is the only thing he thinks about. He is dedicated to his hero duties and is overall a pretty humble and chill guy. During the Monster Association arc, he fought against Gums, a dragon-level threat, and while he wasn't able to kill Gums, he never stopped fighting and protected many other heroes. Now, the Pig God also has something of a hidden power, which he chose not to use even during the battle against a number of dragon-level threats during the Monster Association arc. We have no idea what that secret ability is, but what we do know is that he has been saving it for the day humanity eventually faces the god-level threat that Shibabawa prophesied before her death. Superalloy Darkshine was S-Class rank 11 of the Hero Association until he lost his confidence and quit. He is a gym bro whose defense is said to be number 1 in the hero world. I'd like to say his sense of self-worth is just as polished as his flawless physique, but the sad thing about him is how all his muscles were just a way to cope with his deep-rooted insecurities. You see, Darkshine's self-worth is deeply tied to his physical strength and his nearly indestructible body. This is why when Garou managed to hurt him with both strength and words, Darkshine's self-esteem fell all over the place. He basically retires from hero work and joins Neo Heroes, not as a hero, but as a training instructor. Be that as it may, Darkshine is still an absolute monster when it comes to physical strength and durability. In fact, during his fight with Garou, he is said to have reached the pinnacle of physical combat. Watchdog Man is S-Class rank 9 of the Hero Association. This hero is unique in how he has been left in charge of an entire city. The city we're talking about is the Q City. It is considered to be the most dangerous city in terms of number and average disaster level of monsters. When you think about it, he is truly like a watchdog in how he is fully devoted to protecting the entirety of Q City all by himself. He also has an absolute sense of smell and hearing, which allows him to immediately notice any monster who enters his territory. He has also never lost a fight. Garou thought he could take him on, but Garou got folded pretty easily. Flashy Flash is S-Class rank 10 of the Hero Association. He is actually the first S-Class hero to defeat dragon-level threats all on his own because the previous dragon-level threats were either defeated by Saitama or by multiple S-Class heroes. As for which dragon-level threats he defeated 2 monsterized ninjas, Gale Wind and Hellfire Flame, and he defeated them at the same time. He graduated from the same village and the same class as Speedo Sound Sonic. They are sort of like rivals, but Flashy Flash definitely sees Sonic as someone weaker than him. That said, he can admit when someone is superior. Although he prides himself on his speed, he was shown acknowledging in his head that Saitama, Blast, Garo, and Platinum Sperm are faster than him. Still, he was able to temporarily hold his own against Platinum Sperm and evolve Garo. And currently in the ninja arc, he and Sonic defeated an elite group of ninjas called the Heavenly Ninja Party all by themselves. If we're talking about his fighting then, of course, Flashy Flash is a master of ninjutsu as any top ninja would be. His moves include things like Flash Slash, Flash Fist, Flowing Shadow Feet, and Maximum Speed Flash Kicks. They are exactly as they sound, basic but insanely fast moves that work on most dragon level threats. Bad, also known as Metal Bat, was S-Class rank 15 until he resigned and joined Neo Heroes. He is simply a delinquent type of guy with a strong moral code. He spoils his little sister and would do anything to protect her. He is like an old school shonen protagonist. I mean, his hacks is literally called Fighting Spirit. He gets stronger by taking damage and building up anger. And as Metal Beast, he carries a special metal bat with him that never breaks. Just one hit from this bat can instantly kill demon level monsters. Now, Metal Bat's most prominent feat is definitely when he cracks Sage Centipede's upper shell together with monsterized Garo. Of course, Garo and Sage Centipede were still multiple tiers above him, but the idea that his fighting spirit allowed him to catch up to Monster Garo for a combo is impressive in and of itself. Though, why did he leave the Hero Association? He is actually on an undercover mission. Tanktop Master is S-Class rank 15. He is also the leader of the Tank Topper army. He had always believed the true power comes from wearing tank tops, but this belief changes when he is defeated by Garo. He is a straightforward and motivational personality, but noticeably weaker than most of the other S-Class heroes. He was defeated by a very weak version of Garo, and he was also basically helpless against dragon level threats like Führer Ugly and Gums. Overall, his personality and sense of honor is similar to Moomin Rider except for the fact that he is S-Class, but Moomin Rider is C-Class. Puri-Puri Prisoner is currently S-Class rank 13. And because there are only 13 S-Class heroes in the Hero Association right now, Puri-Puri Prisoner is the lowest ranked S-Class. He is also the boss of the prisoners held in Smelly Lid Prison. And well, let's just say that what he does to those prisoners is very questionable. He is a flamboyant man who loves beautiful men, but aside from his quirky persona, he is actually pretty down to earth. He also self-proclaims himself as the weakest S-Class hero, but if we're being fair, he has a pretty good stack of feats. He managed to blow holes in the body of a dragon-level threat like Melzergard during the Alien Conquerors arc, and he also defeated several demon-level threats during the Monster Association arc. If we're talking about abilities, then his abilities revolve around amplifying his strength and durability through sheer passion of rage. He calls this the Angel style. To add to this, he also has pain suppression and an incredible healing factor. Genos, also known as Demon Cyborg, is currently S-Class rank 11, and he is the deuteragonist of the story. He sees Saitama as the ultimate hero and the very pinnacle of strength. Of course, as Saitama's one and only disciple, he also strives to one day match his strength, but also understands how abnormal and extraordinary Saitama's strength is. As for why he wants to be strong, the answer is simple. It's revenge. He is after a certain cyborg who destroyed his hometown and killed his family. He was saved by Dr. Kusino and he asked the doctor to turn him into a cyborg. Since then, Genos has been constantly upgrading himself with new technology thanks to Dr. Kusino. Naturally, he holds a deep respect for the doctor. In fact, the only two people he actually respects are Dr. Kusino and Saitama. Now, as far as his abilities and skills are concerned, he is very much a powerhouse. There are incineration cannons located in his palms that can fire massive energy blasts. He has boosters for high-speed movement and even flight, and his hypersensors allow him to detect and pinpoint enemies with insane precision. He also later adds more weapons like arm blades, detachable limbs, energy beams, and other stuff like that. He gets destroyed all the time. But as long as his core remains, Dr. Kusino can easily fix him up and also upgrade him. His hero rating is 63 points, which is 1 point more than Atomic Samurai and just 2 points less than Tatsumaki. But how strong is he right now? During the Monster Association arc, his full-power true spiral incineration cannon was able to neutralize an energy attack from the fusion of Psychos and Orochi. However, he could only use it once and for just 10 seconds. In his latest form, he was able to immediately defeat Forest King, a dragon-level threat, without any problems at all, even though Tanktop Master was helpless against the same Forest King. This upgrade also includes a lightning core that allows him to emit light energy itself. He showed it during a rematch with Saitama where he replicated the same kind of powerful shockwave with his punch that Saitama did back when they sparred with each other at the beginning of the story. All of these are ridiculously impressive feats, and I'd say Genos is around the same level of strength and overall ability as someone like Bang. In the webcomic, he has already received his final upgrade from Dr. Kusino, but it's gonna be a long while before the manga gets to that point.